Hi, and welcome to a review of the material for MAPS Week 3, where we look at SLT 7 and SLT 8, and then we go into Unit 1, Topic 2 with SLT 9. In SLT 7, we compare proportions using graphs and tables. We want to consider which car uses more miles per gallon, either the car in the graph or the car in the table. First, we're going to start with the graph. And we look at the numbers that we know. We know that the car went 160 miles using 8 gallons of gas, and we can divide out 160 miles divided by 8 gallons equals 20 miles per gallon. Now let's look at the table. I decided to choose 72 miles and 3 gallons because the numbers are relatively um, easy to use and they don't have any decimals. So 72 miles divided by 3 gallons equals 24 miles per gallon. The car that goes more miles per gallon is actually the better car to choose. So we know we would choose the car from the table rather than the car from the graph. When examining different graphs, it's important to look at the steepness of the graph to examine the proportions. Steeper the graph, the greater the proportion. Let's look at these proportional relationships in A, B, and C. Graph A has a steepness of 5 to 1, where you went up 5 over 1. Graph B has a steepness of 9 to 6, where you went up 9 and over 6. And graph C has a steepness of 2 to 5, where you went up 2 and over 5. So if you consider the proportions in A, B, and C, A would have the greatest proportion because the relationship is 5 to 1, and then B, and then C. And if you notice, A is actually the steepest line of these 3 line segments. One real-life representation of proportions is in scale drawings. If two drawings are scale representations of one another, then they must have the same proportions for the length and the width. Here are two examples of rectangles that are proportional, because they have the same ratio between the lengths and the widths. Thank you for watching this video, and we hope that it gave you a better understanding of the material found in MAPS Week 3.